Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. Today we're going to start the new chapter. This is the number 16 on your textbook page. If you want to open, that is present on your book page. Here you can see 203, 203. Okay, that is your textbook page. The lesson name is here in front of you about the rates of reaction. Okay, so it's very easy to you for understand, and let's start this lesson with different types of examples and different types of reactions we will discuss in this lesson in detail. And another student, this lesson is very important for you because all the chemical reactions that going on is this topic is included, this topic is present in them. Okay, so let's start this. Here the first thing, some reactions are fast and others are slow. You know very well the reactions which are going on very fast, or you can say that at just within a fraction of seconds or quickly, but you also know there are some reactions they are very slow. Can you think of a reaction which happens very quickly? Yeah, I know this in front of you, just like a party popper, a chemical reaction based. Yes, Ahmad Musab, he raised his hand. Yes, my dear, what happened?
These are a reaction that is fast like the lighter.
Yes. Okay. Very good. Okay, so the fast and the slow reactions here, we just see this is the party popper. If you during a party or in a party, when you just pop up this one, it's quickly open. Okay, and this is very fast reaction. Yeah, first reaction like dynamite exploding. If you just explode a cracker, it is also a very fast reaction and finish within a fraction of second, and then it's also finished within a fraction of second. Okay, now come towards the slow reaction like concrete setting. When you're going to build a building, so there the concrete, it will take a time, maybe hours or days, days, weeks, or even years to finish. So if you start to build a building or to construct a home, it takes time. Can you think of another slow reactions? Yes, we have many in our mind, and let's see these reactions. For this, please everyone open the link that just I shared with you, and the student, they just joined the meeting. I also going to send this link again in the chat, so please open this link. My dear student, when you open this link, the window will pop up in front of you, is this one here, you can see. So the question here you can make from or about this topic is number one, what is rate of reaction? That is question that you can make about this topic. Okay, just like as a definition. Second thing that we're going to discuss today in detail, that is about the measuring rates of reaction. We also going to measure today how we can measure the rate of reaction. So first, let's see the definition of reaction. So the definition is here. The rate of reaction tells you how quickly a chemical reaction happens, or you can say that it's going to tell us the time period, how minutes, seconds, days, weeks it's going to take. Okay, again I'm going to repeat the definition. So the definition of a rate of reaction tells us how quickly a chemical reaction happens, mean to say the time. Till here, my dear students, if you have any question, please raise your hand, otherwise type no in the chat. Everyone quickly, hurry up. Okay, that's great, excellent, very good, well done, well done. Okay, so now let's see here this definition in detail, or what does the rate of reaction mean. Okay, we're going to see this more detail. The speed of different chemical reaction. If you remember, I tell you first about the speed. the speed of different chemical reaction varies. Varies means change. It's different for everyone. Usually some reactions are very fast, others are very slow. We know the speed of a reaction is called rate of reaction. So the speed of a reaction we name as rate of reaction. Understand, my dear? Now you can see here couple of diagrams. Thank you very much. Welcome, my dear. These are few diagrams. So you can see them here. Number one, what it's going to show you here, the just a strike between the, okay, so you know very well about them here, the sparking and how is going on. It's mean it's a very fast reaction. Now the second reaction here, you can see that a cartoon is just going to taking or licking the ice cream, but it is a slow process. Now like this one, he going to take coffee or guava or anything or tea, it's also taking a time to cool it down. So these are few examples about the reaction in which we know that which reaction is very fast and which reaction is going on slowly. So that is all about the examples and about the reaction. Now after that, please come back to your textbook, page number 203, or you can say that 203. Now till here we learned about many examples and about the reactions and their speed. Now this here on this page, our next thing that we going to discuss, that is about rate reaction, or what is a rate of reaction. You know very well, the rate of reaction tells us quickly a chemical reaction happens. We know very well. It is important for people in industry. Now why we know this? What's the reason behind? It is important for the reaction here. Yes, please. Okay, after this, we're going to discuss in detail about these two things. First, we should know that number one thing that is here, these are the reactants. I'm going to show you the reactants, and they convert into product. So that is a time period during which the reactants convert into product. Why we need this more? Because this us, the people or a person who work in industry, they know these things very well. For example, it is important for people in to know how fast action goes. They have to know exactly how much of their product they can make each hour, days or week. In a shampoo factory, the rate might be 100 bottles per minute for packing or for filling. So in industry, that is very important point to understand about that. Now we cannot work out the rate of a reaction from its chemical equation. So what is this? For example, I'm going to just show you here a chemical equation. For example, you have reactants A plus B are your two reactants. I write here R. They convert into product like C and D. This is your product. From this chemical equation, we can't understand or we don't know how this going on. And this chemical equation is not going to tell us about the time. Okay, we don't know how much time it takes to convert from A, B to C and D, or from reactant to product, till we're going to use some stopwatch, some instrument or something with this. So this chemical equation is not going to tell us about the rate of reaction. So what we need to do, the equation can only tell us how much product it possible to get. They don't say how quickly it is made. Okay, my dear students, till here, if you have any question, please raise your hand. Otherwise, type no in the chat. Mashallah, the students, before completing my sentence, they start typing no. That is very good. Excellent. Okay. Now, this thing, hope you understand very well. We can only find the rate by doing experiments. So for experiment, before to dive into the experiment, please everyone come back to the link that I share with you. So the student, they just joined the meeting. Please open this link. When you will open the link, the window will pop up in front of you as I just share with you. Now, after this, during a chemical reaction or during a reaction, we can measure how much reactant is used up in a certain time. We have two things to find a rate of reaction. Number one, about the amount of the reactants. Like here, okay, let me to show you complete screen, this one. Okay, first you can measure or you can calculate the amount of reactant. Then you should divide it to the time. How much time it takes to convert into product. You know very well, reactants converts into product with the help of stopwatch. You can measure the time. Okay, so this first way to calculate. Second, on the other hand, we might choose the measure how much product is formed in a certain time. So here in the second way, how you can measure the rate of reaction, amount of product, how much product is formed during a certain time, during a time period. So these two things can tell us, or they help us to measure the rate of reaction. So till here, if you have any question, please raise your hand. Otherwise, type the chat. Then we move to the next part. Here you can see that this thing is going to tell us about the rate of reaction. So this rate, it's mean how much time is taking to convert a reactant into product. Here I also share with you the screen so you can easily understand the change in the concentration of reactants or products within time. So you can say that these the reactants, they convert into product. Okay, so for example, your A plus B, these are your reactants. They convert into products like C and D. So you're going to see how much your reactants convert into product during a certain time period. So that will tell us the time and the amount. Here it's going to tell us the amount of the reactants that convert into product during a certain period of time. That we mean we're going to find out our rate. So till here, my dear students, if you have any question, please raise your hand. Otherwise, type no in the chat. Hurry up quickly. Well done. Very nice. Excellent, my dear. Okay, that's great. That's great. Okay, after that, we going back to our textbook, page number 203. Here, the same thing mentioned. Thank you very much, Abdullah Shoaib. Thank you, my dear. Okay, now, during a reaction, we can measure how much reactant is used up in a certain time period or a time that we have. On the other hand, we might choose the measuring how much product is formed in a certain time period. Look at the equation. So the rate in front of you, the same thing that I just tell you, you can take anything, the amount of reactants, or you can use the amount of the product and then you divide it with time. So that is all about the rate of reaction, or you can say that what is a rate of reaction. Now, after that, we move to the next page, page number 204. Here, we're going to discuss about the measuring the rate of reaction. So let's start and dive into this chapter, this topic that is about, let's look at the reaction that we have here. Here we now, instead of just before I show you only A and B, just we assume that these are two reactants and I show you the C and D as a product. Now we're going to here deal with real reactants and products. So let's see. Reaction that we have met before, calcium carbonate and acid. So this the chemical formula CaCO3 in solid form. This S represent here that is in solid form. Now next is here this hydrochloric acid, or we say that HCl. AQ mean aqueous. S represent here solid, and that represent this thing as solid. When these two reactants that is mentioned here, when these two reactants react with one another, they convert into product. So what are our products? I just show you two, there are three, so that's not a big deal. So now going to see here, calcium chloride, CaCl, AQ mean to say that is in aqueous, liquid, okay? And here this water, H2O, and the third thing, this carbon dioxide, that G, that represent in the gaseous phase, okay? So we get here the product. So how can we measure the rate of this reaction? Let's see this in detail. We can measure how quickly one of the reactant is being used up. However, it is not easy. It is not so easy for us to measuring how much our reactant is used. Measuring the amount of calcium carbonate or hydrochloric acid as the reaction is happening. So before to go there, I'm going to share a screen with you. So please be with me to understand this one. So here, this screen that help you to understand more about this. How can rate of reaction measured? It's very easy. Here we have a couple of examples, and inshallah we also use these two in our textbook also. Measuring the rate of reaction means measuring the change in the amount of product or the amount of the reactants, okay? Anything we can going to measure. So there are two common ways that we will use one by one. So first thing here in front of you, you can measure the volume, okay? Volume mean, for example, here the reaction is going on and the product is gas. This gas is collected or gathered in the syringe. So when this going to add in this syringe, you can just easily observe from here the digits, and you can easily measure the amount of the gas that convert after the reaction and reactant to product. Gas produced against time taken, and also you have a stopwatch. You can easily measure the time with how much time spent that convert into gas. Second way, that is about the measuring of the mass, or you can use a balance from where the reaction is going on, then the measuring the decrease in the mass of reactant mixture against time. So during a certain time period, how much reactant use the gas that developed, it will go out from here, and then before and after the mass of the reactant, you can easily calculate these two things. So till here, if you have any question, my dear, please raise your hand, otherwise type no in the chat. Thank you. Good. Well done. Okay. That's it. Excellent. Okay. Welcome, my dear. Welcome. Now, let's think about measuring one of the product. Look at the equation above. We're going to see, and here on page number 204 on your textbook, almost the same going on. Look at the equation above. Which one of the product is a gas? You know very well. So these are all the reactants like HCl and the marble chips. The reaction is going on, and we know that these bubbles that comes here, these are carbon dioxide, okay? So here you know very well, as I show you from the beginning, the product that in the gaseous form is carbon dioxide. So this is collected here. Yes. Okay. Okay, my dear, no problem. Okay. So which one of the product is a gas. We know that is carbon dioxide. It is much easier to measure how much gas is being made as the reaction goes along. So try one of the next experiment to measure the rate of this reaction. As I show you, so how much gas is produced, the water from this, from the water, the bubbles rise up and it's going to gather here, and you can easily measure the amount of gas. Here you have an experiment. So let's see this experiment, what it's going to tell us. Set up the apparatus as shown, measure the volume of a gas collected over 30 seconds. So it's going to tell us the time period, because you know very well about the rate. The rate we discussed before, the amount of product or the amount of reactant that used or the amount of product that produced during a time. When we divide, then we get the rate. So it tells us the 30 seconds as a time period. Start your timing as soon as you put the burning in flask. Result into table like this. So you can make a table or a chart. First time is 0, the volume of the gas also 0. After the 30 seconds pass during this reaction, what the amount of gas is collected or gathered here, you write here in centimeter cube. Plot a line graph of your result. Put time along the horizontal axis and volume of carbon dioxide on the vertical axis. So that will going to tell you about the graph. Inshallah, in the next session, I will explain you about the graph. So this, the second method to measuring the amount of a gas with the help of syringe that I just showed you before. Volume of a gas given off, set up the apparatus as shown. So this is the second way to measure. It is the same way in which we just going to measure the volume, okay, with the help of cylinder or with the help of syringe. Repeat the method above. Take the you have collected of gas, record your result and plot a graph on the above. So in the same way, how much reactant is used, and you can get here the amount of gas from the syringe. You can easily calculate the amount of gas after 10 seconds, after 20 seconds, after 30 seconds, or 1 minute. So till here, my dear students, if you have any question, please raise your hand, otherwise type no. Okay, that's great, excellent, thank you very much. Now we move to page number 205. Here we have experiment number 16.3. So that is the second method that just I explained you. We're going to discuss about that. Measuring the mass of a gas given off, set up the apparatus as shown. Measuring the mass every 30 seconds. Record your result in the table like this. So some balance have a tear button. You should press this as you start timing. The balance will now give you the loss in the mass directly. How much is used, it will just lose the mass. If you just cotton, it will not trap in it. But if you're going to just pause this, yes, please. Oh my God, this Ahmad Said, and he's meeting very late. Okay. Abdullah, you joined the meeting very late. Almost we complete everything and we finished. Okay. Plot a line graph of this your results. Put mass up and side time along with the loss in mass is the mass of the gas given off. Alternate, you may be able to link your balance to a computer or some devices that are going to show you the record of this, how the graph going up and down. This will plot your result directly on a graph for you. So till here, my dear students, any question, please, you can raise your hand, otherwise type no. Okay, now come back again to this screen. It is a time for recap. I'm going to just revise as a summary of the lesson, please. Okay, thank you very much. So what we discussed today, number one thing about the rate of reaction. What is the rate of reaction? A rate of reaction us how quickly a chemical reaction happens. So what it's mean? Its mean is that a speed of different chemical reaction varies hugely. Some reactions are very fast and others are very slow. The speed of a reaction is called the rate of reaction. Till here, any question about the definition, please, you can raise your hand. Okay, well done. After that, here a couple of examples you can see, like the melting of ice cream, the coffee, and the collision between two cars in the cartoon. You can see them very well. During a reaction, we can measure how much reactant is used up in a certain time. Or you can use, on the other hand, we might choose a measure how much product is formed at a certain time. So how we can get the rate of reaction? Just divide the time of our reactant or product, we can get the rate of reaction. So then the rate of reaction here, you can say that the equation in front of you, same way, change in the concentration. Concentration means amount of a reactant or a product with time. So reactant convert into product, it will take a time, like say that moving from one form to another form, it will taking time. So next is measuring the rate of reaction. You have two ways to measure: by the gas, measuring the amount of the gas, or with the help of balance. So these two things help you. So till here, my dear student, any question, please you can ask, you can raise your hand, otherwise type no in the chat if you have any question, please, my dear.